Good morning, cadets.
Good morning, sir.
Hooah! See, I'm learning, General. You set a great example, and thank you for that great message about don't let anybody mess with our money, freedom, or life. It's a great message to bring home today on this day of celebration, this day of accomplishment of this great mission. And cadets, there's somebody else that I need you to thank. This is the first time I've seen in this room, standing room only for you. So the people that have helped you get here, would you give them a round of applause, cadets? General Katkus, Director Burton. One legislator I know we missed, Representative Dan Sadler. We're glad you're here as well. Let's give Representative Sadler a hand. He's a great supporter of the Academy. Cadets, you look sharp, you look focused, and you look like our future here. We're very proud of you, and we want you to know that. And I've got one question for you. Cadets, are you proud of your achievement?
Sir, yes, sir!
We are too. That's why we're all gathered here, because we're proud that you have made it this far. You set this goal in front of you, and you accomplished the mission. We're very proud of you. You've learned a lot in the last 5.5 months, haven't you?
Sir, yes, sir!
You've already made history. You heard from the retired general here that you're the largest class in Alaska Military Youth Academy history. Let me lay another one out here for you where you made history. Largest class of females in this history, 55 of you. "28 of you are going on to serve in branches of the military. We applaud you for that service, too. Now, in addition to the discipline you've learned and your personal triumphs here, you learned how to give back to the community. You provided opportunities for others to succeed. You supported the Alaska Run for Women and the fight against breast cancer. The Bear Paw Festival recognized you as one of its best participants. And you helped us say thank you and bring together Alaska communities in those Alaska Governor's picnics here in Anchorage and in the Mat-Su, and we thank you for that. We got so many compliments from the volunteers who spoke about your professionalism, the way you handled yourselves, the way you stepped forward with courage to sing the national anthem at the Mat-Su, or the Alaska flag song at the Mat-Su picnic. We appreciate that much. So now, cadets, let me ask you a second question, because we're going to move to another subject. Cadets, have you conquered adversity?
Sir, yes, sir!
I've heard about some of the obstacles you've overcome. I learned of Cadet Brendan Didrikson, stories of him rappelling down rugged terrain, confronting fear, overcoming physical limitation, a young man with a courageous heart. I've heard of the courage of Cadet Rachel Chapota, who's going into the National Guard. And all right, cadets, go for it. And the rebirth of Cadet Banks, who's conquered her own fears and is going on to attend University of Alaska. Their personal journeys and all of your personal journeys are stories of personal triumph. Cadets Megan Brannon and Caitlin Pitts came to the Academy as their last chance for an education. They both found a place to express themselves in the arts. They accepted the assignment to design a poster for this class of Ravens. They took that task to heart, producing a work of art that showcases their creativity in written and visual arts. That alone promotes a sense of belonging and pride. You've all matured physically, emotionally, spiritually, academically. You will need that maturity and that foundation that's been built through the academics, for life has a way of dishing out some challenges. And so let's speak to your life ahead. You know, there's this poet who wrote something. She wrote, "What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? She's talking about your life, the amazing gift that is you, the amazing gift that you can be for others. So let me share a story. It's a story I've told before, but it's a story about a favorite role model of mine, President Abraham Lincoln. If you go to Washington, D.C. today, you go to New York Avenue Presbyterian Church downtown. It's between the White House and the Capitol. It's this red brick building. Well, the president used to kind of sneak in there and go to services. He had to sneak in there because the crowds would have him. It would take care of him if they didn't, but he would sit in an anteroom and listen to the sermon. One night, the Presbyterian minister there preached a sermon, took the congregation to the highest of highs. I mean, people were, railing with laughter. He took them to the depths of despair, too, and they were crying. I mean, that's the range of emotions that his sermon brought this crowd to. After the sermon was over and the service was over, he kind of left with his staff member out the side door and headed back for the White House. His staff member said, "Wasn't that a great sermon, Mr. President?" And the president said, "No, it was an utter failure." He said, "What do you mean? What do you mean it was an utter failure?" It was an utter failure, the president said, because the preacher failed to ask something great of his audience. I'm not going to make that mistake today. You've learned many things at the Alaska Military Youth Academy: discipline, focus, completing what you start. You are now equipped with some pretty cool tools, some tools you didn't have before you came in here. But it's not just the tools you possess. It's about who you are. You possess innate value as a person, every one of you. Every person in this room is valuable as a person. You are a valuable human being with much to offer this world. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. No matter what your past has been, your life has value, and you matter. No matter your choices yesterday, your choices now, today, tomorrow, they matter more to where you're going. Here's the greatness I call you to. Choose others before yourself. Act in their best interests. Take that unique, timeless treasure that is you and share it with others. Use you to bring out the best in others. Unlock the greatness in others, and you're going to find what you least expect: satisfaction in yourself. That's what you're going to find. You'll have a mission complete and one well done. So, cadets, I've got a third question for you. I want to hear your answer loud and clear. Will you choose to serve others before yourself?
Sir, yes, sir.
I know you will. We are so proud of you today. Congratulations on a job well done, cadets.